I don't know about you, but I'm living on top of the world.
Hi everyone, this is Donna Means and I'm back with my review for Greenleaf, Season 1, Episode 2, The Baptism. Alright, so now we see that Grace has made the choice to stay. And we have to look and consider everything she's given up. I mean, she had a life in Phoenix, Arizona. She was considering, or she was being interviewed by 2020. And she's going through the interview process for them with the potential of moving to New York if they hired her. And now she's taking herself out of the running for that, deciding to stay in Memphis. And she's staying inside the Greenleaf mansion. This is a whole lot of adjusting to do. Her daughter is struggling, frustrated, and I can understand. I mean, she's a teenager. Yeah, she may have already known that it was a potential of her moving, but you go somewhere for a 2-day visitation and you just never go back home. I mean, she doesn't get to say goodbye to her friends or anything like that. So I understand where Sophia is coming from. But what concerns me is that she's such a follower. You know, she's trying to get adjusted to the new environment, new family members that she's got to get accustomed to. She has a new school, new set of peers. Apparently the academics at the school, the demands of it are severe. I mean, they get tons of homework. And so you see her express that to her mother. But Grace has problems of her own. Because she's there under false pretenses. She's really trying to take her uncle down. Mavis gives her the police report from the complainant. We learn that she's like, 15 years old. Her name is Danielle Turner. There's actually video footage of her testimony. Grace reviews all this. She decides that she's going to follow up. And she goes to the Turner household thinking she's going to get to speak to Danielle and ask her some questions. But her mother answers the door, Janice Turner. And Janice says, look, nothing happened with my daughter. We don't go to Calvary anymore. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave our family alone. Get off my property. Bottom line. And Grace, you know, she complies with the woman's request. But guess what? Janice winds up calling Robert and says, look, someone came around here asking about you and Danielle. And he says, who, the police? She says, no. She says she was a Greenleaf. And he says, Grace. And she said, yeah. He said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. How's he going to take care of it? Oh my goodness. So Grace is trying to get acclimated to her position as a response pastor. And the bishop is showing her around. So her first official responsibility is to respond to one of the bishop's roundtable members. Now, the bishop's roundtable is reserved from parishioners. Get this, parishioners that tithe and give $10,000 or more dollars above their tithe. What? Okay, all right, I'm sorry. So anyway, the bottom line, Bishop says, do what she wants. She's giving up cheddar. Okay, so Grace meets with Mrs. Wilcox, and Mrs. Wilcox wants her granddaughter baptized immediately without parental consent. And it seems kind of sketchy to Grace, and Grace is kind of reluctant, but then, Mrs. Wilcox threatens to go to Bishop, and Bishop's already told Grace, take care of her. So she's going to go ahead and do it. But is this going to have some backlash on the church? Okay, another thing that happens is that if you remember in the first episode around the dinner table before it got all heated, Bishop thought that Senator Bob Banks was coming to see him to discuss the Black Lives Matter movement that was going on in the area. And David Nelson's parishioner that's involved in this, and in fact, he's an African-American police officer who's accused of gunning down an unarmed African-American teenager by the name of Kenny Collins. And so the bishop says, well, I've never met the man. But that's not what the senator wanted. The senator actually came to visit the bishop to say, hey, look, guess what? We're launching an investigation into Calvary and religious institutions like it to see if y'all are bilking the country out of millions of dollars by abusing your tax-exempt status. Something in the milk ain't clean. Anyway, so, the bishop, in this episode, the bishop is stonewalling the senator's request to voluntarily provide the financials of the church. Anyway, Grace contacts David to see what he needs. And David's looking for a representation from the church because the administration is getting a lot of pressure from the community to officially charge David Nelson in the killing or the death of Kenny Collins. So, what else happened? Okay. Kevin, Charity's husband, is apparently an outreach coordinator for the church, and he's working with Adrian Miller, a homeless coordinator. And they're working out the logistics for how this homeless organization can use Calvary to support the homeless. And they're working this out, but there is a same-sex attraction going on between the both of them. They're flirting with each other. And he's doing, ladies, you know how we do. We flirt and we smile, we control our hair. And it's the same concept, except it's with men. And, Adrian puts his hand on Kevin's back and he's smiling at him. Oh, it is. Oh. And what's so bad about this is in the last episode, in the first episode, right, after Charity has this tantrum, they talked about having a baby. And, that got her all excited and whatnot. And then in this episode, she's trying to come on to him, because she's got that window in which she can get pregnant. She's ovulating. That's the word I was thinking of. She's ovulating, and, Kevin is hesitant. I'm like, oh, he's having trouble. And he's like, well, I'm having second thoughts because, what if we're not good? And she says, look, we have something that our parents don't have. We're friends, we're best friends, and we can do this together. And she's giving him the pep speech and all this here. All this is tickling me because now I'm just trying to figure out how this is going to go about. What's going to happen here, because I'm sorry, I'm tickled by it. Saints pray for Charity because she don't see it. And it's, is he trying to have a baby with her because he thinks that it'll make him feel less attracted to a man? Or is he trying to have a baby with her because maybe he won't have to have sex with her that often? I mean, I'm trying to figure out, does he actually really want to be a father? Is there some expectations in his mind of, okay, if I do this, I'm not gay? I'm just trying to, identify. It's not like Lady May or any other family members seem to be pressuring her or pressuring them and saying, oh, when you're having kids, you know how that goes. Like, you get a certain age, or if you're a couple, they expect you to have children at a certain time. You get pressure for your in-laws or your parents saying, okay, when are you going to give me some grandbabies? It doesn't sound like it's a situation like that. So, I'm wondering, was this just simply, we don't know. I think maybe she may have expressed saying she wanted to have kids at one point. And does this kill two birds with one stone for him? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know. Because that was interesting. I'm trying to think what else happened that, oh, okay, yeah, listen, y'all paying attention? Bishop thinks he's slick. I'm just going to say it like that. I'm going to say, don't come against me. This is just a drama show. People don't be getting all uptight and righteous on me about this, because I'm saying Bishop is a trip because he gives Grace the grantor, gives her the assignment of response pastor, which was Jacob's role. He moves Jacob over the deacons. Get this, in some churches, in some churches, the pastor has a separate entity for pastoral counseling. It's not necessarily the deacons. But that's not the case in this church. In this church, it's the deacon board. And the fact that he's trying to put Jacob over the deacon board is showing me that he's trying to put a buffer between him and the deacons. So he's got the external pressures of this investigation that the Senate has launched. He's got the internal pressures between him and the deacons. And he sticks his son there. He inserts Jacob in there as a buffer. Because as big as Calvary is, you ain't going to tell me there wasn't something else that he could have gave Jacob or Grace. He didn't have to do that shift. And it's evident because when Jacob goes to facilitate the meeting with the deacons, they don't want nothing to do with Jacob. They're like, no. There's nothing you can do for us. We need to speak to the bishop directly. And Deacon Connie Sites, the chairperson of the deacon board, she is not playing. She's like, no, Junior. There's nothing you can do for us. We need to speak to your daddy. So the bishop ain't getting away with nothing. I thought that was hilarious. She was so funny. I think that was it. So, I did forget a scene. Yes, let me tell you. Carissa, I told you she's like a dog with a bone. Carissa meets up with Lady May, right? And she does this on the guise of trying to obtain intel on how they might use Grace in the ministry, because she wants to show it that it's not going to jeopardize her plans, honey. Oh my God. Okay, so Carissa, I know she knows that, like, when people give her subtle cues to, okay, leave this alone right now. She just doesn't take them. It's not that she's ignorant. It's not that she is not cognitive of the cues. She just doesn't care. She wants to know what she wants to know. So she's having this, she set up this tea, and Lady May is picking the tea apart, honey. She talking about the little sizes of stuff, and oh, it is, I was like, oh, that's brutal. And she said, this is a chef that you guys know? She said, well, you know, Jacob and I meet with him socially. He was like, oh, he did that. He's such a miniaturist, huh? I was like, ooh, she just picked it. It was so much shade. Anyway, so, you know, Carissa starts digging in on what she wants to know about Grace, right? And Lady May is still picking apart her little tete-a-tete or whatever it was supposed to be. And, you know, when Carissa won't leave it alone and take the obvious cues that we're not going to have this conversation, Lady May has to shut her down. So I love this because she basically says, I had to write this down so I could repeat it. She said, Carissa, strength like yours, dear, is best expressed in silence. I don't know who's writing the lines for Lady May, but they got me dying. I thought, because okay, going back to the first episode for a moment. The first episode where she is first greeting Grace, when Grace actually makes it to the mansion, and, you know, she just had this greeting with her father, and he recites Isaiah 43:18. Remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Like, basically telling her, look, let the past be the past. Let's not go back there. Your sister's dead now, you know, and we all hurting, and we all need to heal. Leave that alone, Grace. And you know he's saying that because Creepy McCready is standing right there, okay? And then, but Lady May comes up, air kissing her. You ain't seen your daughter in 20 years, and all you're going to do is air kiss her. But, okay, all right, whatever. But then she going to say, please tell me you're not here to sow discord in my fields of peace. What the? But, again, whoever's writing these lines, oh my God, they got me cracking up. But she should, when she says this to Carissa, though, get back to the current episode, when she says this to Carissa, Carissa was like, and so to me, that was the best scene. I don't know, guys. What do you think? What do you think about Kevin? Do you think, right now, I think he's just he may be bi-curious. Maybe he's one of them, what they call latent homosexuals. Maybe he's just got a curiosity. I don't really feel like he's actually been with a man yet, so I don't want to call him gay. I just want to say that he's bi-curious. Because it doesn't seem, you know, they have this flirtation going. He looking at Adrian and Adrian looking at him, but nobody's breached the subject. And maybe because it's the setting. Okay, I'm going to say maybe he's not that bold because it's in the church setting. It is quite possible that he's already been with a man, but he doesn't want to come out really flirting hard in the church. In other words, he's not like Jacob, who took Alexia in like the server room and doing praise and worship and was getting it in. So I don't know. Tell me what you think. Engage me. I'd love to hear from you in regards to this. I will do some other recaps on this, or ask some other questions as we get into the more hot button issues to see what you think. But for now, this is new, so I want to get into the first couple episodes. I want to get into the story, see if I can get some more information before we go that direction. But please engage me. Give me a thumbs up if you like, thumbs down if you don't. My information is below, so if you want to contact me, please do. But you can also just leave comments on this particular video. All right. So I hope you enjoyed my review of this and that you engage me. So until my next video, bye.